Hello everyone, my name is Marty. I'm from the South African Gymnastics Federation and today we're going to do Gymnastics. It's preparation for gymnastics with some activities that are going to involve some warm-up with skipping rope just to get the cardio going. Then we're going to work a little bit on our core with a little bit of body shaping because it's very important for your handstand to get a really nice tight tummy and nice back and firm core. Then we're going to do some activities including puck, handstand, bunny hops, tuck positions and half handstands, and at the end I'm going to tease your brain with some sequence and crossover the midline activities. So if you're ready, I'm going to put in a fun music, and if you don't ever keep skipping rope, it's okay, you can just do the jumps without the rope and you're pretending that you're turning the rope. I'm just going to do nice and with the slowish base jumps first. Keep your elbows in, hands away from the body, and open your legs and close. And you can do the wounded duck, feet in and out, and in and out, and in and out, and in. That's funny. And then we can jump faster. And jump forward. And backwards. Forwards. And backwards. And now jump on the one leg. Other leg. Right. Left. Right, left, right, left. Fast. Okay, you can put the ropes down and just let's get some mobility stretch. Up, up. Imagine you want to touch the ceiling, so you have to stretch your body when you do handstands. Up, up, up. And now you hold it there in the balance. Try to keep your feet together and pretend that you're standing on your hands. You flex your wrists and push with your shoulders. Okay, you can sit down and you're going to do a little dish hold. Put your arms on the side. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you have to turn on your tummy. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And back. Hold, 2, 3, 4. On, tummy, 3. Carry on. It's like a sausage roll, bronobors. One more time. And roll. Hold. And up. I think we are really ready for the handstand. One more time, put your hands up. On your toes. Hold. Grow as tall as you can. Even taller, and what you're going to do now, we're going to try to get ready for our handstand work. Remember, you cannot learn a handstand in one lesson. It takes almost 8 years to learn a handstand, even if you go twice to do proper gymnastics classes. Because you have to get the conditioning right, you have to get the flexibility of the shoulders right, you have to get your body shape right and your balance. But every little step we take, you can practice over and over and again, and then it will lead you to a good handstand. In a few weeks' time, you're getting there slowly, and maybe a few years' time, you're going to have a perfect handstand. So what we normally do with the handstand, you also have to remember to be able to do push-up holds. So we're just going to do one activity. If you have a chair or or a lower chair or a mattress that is a bit lower. But even if it's higher, it's okay. But the higher you go with your feet, the more advanced it is. So what I'd like you to do is to put your foot on the elevated surface and hold with your hands under your shoulders for 10 seconds. And every time we finish with all the activities when we prepare for handstand, we have to finish with the arms up, because that is the nice way of finishing the handstand. So there's also an activity that you might have done that you can do a little Spider-Man handstand. I'm just going to go about this far up. I'm going to show you how to do the Spider-Man handstand in case you haven't done it before. Starting with your arms up. Everything has to be nice and slow, and you make sure that you keep your arms straight, and you put your hands on the ground, flat, and you put your feet up on the wall, hold for a few seconds, and then you slowly come down, and remember that you finish with your arms up. You can repeat it a few times after a good warm-up. What you have to also remember, keep your arms straight, keep your body firm, tuck your shirt in, not like me, so it's also not going to disrupt you in your activity. Always going up slowly, coming down slowly, and finish it up, ta-da, at the end. If you can do that, try to do that to the number of seconds which is relevant to your age. So if you're 5 years old, you should be able to put your feet this high, hold it for 5 seconds. 6-year-old, 6 seconds, 7 years old, 7 seconds. And eventually you can mark your best activity or best achievement on the wall, because if you can go higher up and you can hold it a bit longer, you definitely have a good body position for your handstand. Once you have a good body position of your handstand, you also can do a little puck handstand that can look similar to this. You basically put your feet on a height, keep your body nice and tucked, and you keep your head between your arms and push your shoulder and hand in line. And every time you finish with your arms up. Once you're ready for that, you can also practice your called bunny hops, bunny hop on the spot. First, you can put your hand on the elevated surface. It can even be a chair or a car tire if you are outside. And you just tuck your shirt in. And what you do is basically keep your hands on the block. And do a few of these, at least 5 to 10, just to get the shoulders back straight, shoulders strong, arms very straight. Once you've done that, you can also practice your bunny hops from crouching. Put your hands on the block and come back to crouching. You always look at your knees when you do this activity. Okay? And once you get that done properly, then you're ready for the start of the handstand, or how to kick up to handstand. That involves a lunge, not a lunge suit that you sit on at home. A lunge position looks like this. What you can see, that my arm and my leg should be on a diagonal line, and I hope it is kind of correct. Your leg behind is straight, because you're gonna use the strength of your front leg to be able to kick up to the handstand. So you can practice that into the lunge, or jump to lunge and come back feet together a few times. Do that with me. Jump to lunge, feet together. Jump to lunge, make sure that your head is the continuation of your back, and you cover your ears with your arms. If you can do this properly, then you can try to measure a little distance away from your box. You can even put that rope down or a line down, which will then just help you to be a good distance away from your elevated surface. If you don't have a box, then remember you can do it on the side of your bed. Make sure if you use a chair that is by the wall, so it's not going to shift forward. That's why I put the box by the wall. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my lunge in front of the rope, and I'll just measure my distance. Is it far enough? Yes? If I got that right, I will remember to keep my arms straight. And now the next thing I'm going to do, jump to lunge and see, so. So I keep my front leg bent because this is what's going to help me to push myself into the handstand eventually. And lock my arms onto my ears. It looks like a see, so. See, so. Remember that leg in front must be bent. If I can do this at least 10 times nicely, take a little rest. The next thing I can do, jump the lunge, kick up to half handstand with the box, hand on the box, and come back to lunge and feet together. I'm going to show you. Lunge, handstand, lunge, together. This is the first beginner handstand. You don't even have to close your legs. It just looks like little scissors. You keep your legs open. You come back to lunge. What is very important that you use your lunge properly, and you keep your arms straight and cover your arm, cover your ears with your arms. Lunge, half handstand, lunge, together. Lunge, half handstand, lunge. One more time. You can do that many, many times, but try to do little breaks in between, because if you get tired, the more tired you get, the more likely you're going to bend your arms, and then it's not going to be helping your handstand. It's also that you can hurt yourself because you can even fall on your head, especially if you try to do the Spider-Man handstand. If you manage to do that properly, and you can do at least 5 in a row without bending your arms and be able to come back to your lunge, the last activity that I like you to try today is kick up to half handstand, close your feet, and come back on the same leg what was in front. Don't switch legs. So the switcheroo is coming back on the same leg and put your feet together. And together. It's a momentary handstand, and you can even see it's only this far up. I'm not aiming to get to the wall, because what happens is here, if my hand far away from the wall, I'm going to do a banana. I can even knock the wall over, or I hurt my heels if I don't have a pair of shoes on. So we're only aiming to go up to about 60 degrees. Okay, I'm going to show you again. And you can practice that a few times. Today, in a short lesson, we're not going to learn all that, but you have to remember, strong core, arms covering your ears, keep your head between your arms, not this way, try to do that way in a normal position. Get your lunges proper, do your little half handstand with feet together, get back into the lunge with the same leg in front, and then your handstand preparation work is going to be really, really good. Now I'd like to conclude with the brain exercise for you. And what we're going to do is we clap our hand, touch our knee, clap our hand, touch our other knee, clap our hand, touch our heel, clap our hand, touch our other heel. So it's basically a similar exercise to this one, but in between we always do clap hands. It's very nice for crossover. It's a sequence for the brain to connect your different left and right hemisphere of your thinking brain and to get your brain going. Okay, so try that with me slowly. Clap, knee, clap, knee, clap, heel, clap, heel, clap, knee, clap, knee, clap, heel, clap, and let's go a little bit faster. Clap, knee, clap, heel, clap, heel, clap, knee. Let's see how fast you can go. And if you are really fit and you're not yet tired, you can do the same thing with drums. It's a very good cardiovascular activity. And maybe you can practice that until next week, when I will see you again. Thanks very much for the gym exercise with me today. See you next time.